Welcome back to day 4 of the Irresistible You Self Love Challenge. Each day this week, as you probably know by now, there has been one new podcast episode teaching you how to be your own best Valentine. And then every single day inside of our free Irresistible You podcast discussion group on Facebook, I have been going live every single day at 12 p.m. Eastern Time to give you a little bit more insight on the episode as well as your daily challenge homework. And that daily challenge homework is really important because it's going to help you cement the learning that you're getting here and then implement what I cover in the podcast. So in each one of those Facebook Lives, you'll have at least one actionable takeaway that you can go and implement as soon as possible to challenge you to stop the body hate shame cycle and bring some self-love into your life this Valentine's Day, this month of love, 2020. Let's make it our year. All right, let's recap. In day 1, I taught you what it really takes to feel comfortable in your own skin, which is about stopping the inner fat bitch chatter and developing radical self-awareness. On day 2, I shared with you the secret sauce to becoming a confidence queen by taking imperfect action. And on day 3, we talked about why losing weight alone doesn't equal automatic happiness, and instead how we need to develop a relationship with ourselves so that you can break the fat girl identity. Now, if you haven't listened to those episodes, or maybe you need a refresher, make sure you go back and listen to the episodes, and they're all available on your favorite podcast player, or you can drop over to my website, irresistibleicing.com, and you'll find them there as well. Okay. Also, don't forget, you need to do your daily challenge homework. If you really want to take this seriously, if you are really ready to break this body hate shame cycle, you really want to do the homework. I have made it so easy for you. There's literally simple one-step challenges that you can do immediately if you go over into the group and check those out. And don't forget, I will be in the group today, once again at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and again tomorrow, which is Valentine's Day, for the final day of the challenge. All right, let's get into today. Now, in day 4 of the Irresistible You Self Love Challenge, you are going to walk away learning the one thing you need to do to stop zombie walking through life. Okay? We're going to talk about what zombie walking is, how to stop doing it, and how it's impacting you. So here's the deal. When your brain is just swirling with all of this inner fat bitch chatter, and then you're lacking the confidence to take any type of action in your life, and as a result of that, you don't have a strong, loving relationship with yourself, how present are you in your daily life? You're probably not all that present. And I'm going to call you out right here because when you're listening to this, I'm willing to bet your mind is wandering at the moment. You might be listening, but you're doing something else, or your mind is somewhere else. Now, there is a difference between what I call zombie walking and you multitasking. There's a difference. So we're going to get into this. Now, it's impossible to be mindful and present when your brain is taken over by all of these thoughts about, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough. I don't like the way I look. I'm so fat. I'm so gross. I'm so ugly. How am I ever going to find someone? How am I ever going to break this cycle? And you're just swirling these thoughts around in your head and you don't feel confident. You can't be mindful when you're feeling that way. Okay? There's just no way to be present when your brain is trying to handle all of those things on top of everything else in your life. Okay. This is why, you guys, this is why it is so much easier. It feels so much easier in the moment, I should say, to just Netflix and chill. It feels so much easier in the moment to just order up DoorDash and zone everything out, to zone out all your problems, to zone out all your thoughts, and to put your weight loss goals and all of your other goals on the back burner and tell yourself you'll get to it tomorrow or you'll get to it on Monday. It feels easier in the moment to do that because it's easier for you to do that now than to focus on, well, how do I handle all these feelings and thoughts and emotions that I'm having? I don't want to deal with it. I'm just going to zone out and watch some like crazy documentaries. And raise your hand if you are like a real crime documentary nerd, because that is me all day long. And here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with having a night where you're like, you know what? I got to zone the world out. We all need that. That's healthy. Where it's not healthy is when you're doing this on the regular and you're not addressing the issues and the emotions and the inner fat bitch chatter, and you're not taking action to live the life that you crave, to live the life that you deserve. When you're allowing that to get in the way of your future self, and when you're allowing that to get in the way of your relationships with other people, that's when it's a problem. So I want you to know we all need a Netflix and chill DoorDash night, okay? Like there is nothing wrong with that. Okay? The problem, and I say this a lot, it's not a hobby. And if that's your hobby, then we need to have a conversation. Okay, let's move on. Now, I get it. I'm a busy woman. I'm a mom. I'm a business owner, and I work from home. So I have a lot on my plate. On any given day, I am juggling a lot. I also have a husband who works a non traditional schedule, which has its benefits with allowing me to be home, to work from home. And we haven't had to put our daughter in daycare yet, and she's 3 years old. And so it's had a lot of benefits, but it also has a lot of challenges. And we all have things on our plate. We all have obligations and jobs and, children or pets or loved ones that we care for, and things that we just have to do as humans and that we have to do as like adults, adulting. And it is so easy to get stuck in the monotony of life, being overbooked, overworked, you know, doing everything for everybody else. And then at the end of the day, there's nothing left for you. And the whole problem, I'm just going to sidebar that for a second. If you're putting yourself at the end of the day, that's part of the problem. We got to stop putting ourselves at the end of the list, because whatever's at the end of your list, what happens? It always gets scratched off and moved to tomorrow's list. And then tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. And as the weeks, the months, the years, as they go on, you operate like this. Just like your nose is just barely above water, right? And you're wishing and craving and daydreaming about what you could be doing, what you could be feeling. But then you look at your reality and think, I could never do this because, well, I'm so busy. I have kids. I have work. I go to school. I have this. I take care of this. Like, you just like insert all of your excuses that revolve around your schedule, your time, your energy, your money, and you see where I'm going. And it's very easy to get caught up in that. And when you've never stopped to say, wait a second, I don't have to think like this, then you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. So, is this relatable? Can you see yourself in this example? And I'm going to share with you a great example of how this relates back to self-worth, self-love, confidence, and body image and weight. Okay. Now, I have a million examples like this, so I'm going to just keep this kind of generic. But let's say you get, It's February. It's cold in most places right now for the most part. And spring, you guys, next month is spring, okay? So imagine you are invited to an outdoor event for your best friend or for a very close family member next month, okay? Like an outdoor party, okay? Or a wedding. And next thing you know, we've gone from cold, gloomy, rainy, snowy winter to like, boom, it's like summertime. We skipped over spring and it's like summer weather. It's like 90 degrees outside. It feels like full blown summer in March. And you've been living your life in leggings and sweaters for months now. And so you're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to wear to this party? I have nothing to wear. I don't even know where my summer clothes are because I've been living winter life for all these months. And so you go under your bed or in your closet and you start digging out your summer clothes. And you find these cute little shorts that you like, that you wear, and you go to put them on only to realize they won't even budge over your knees. And you're like, what? Like, it's like your stomach just drops. Like, you can't even believe this happened. And you're just, the inner fat bitch chatter begins. How did this happen again? Oh my God, I cannot believe I gained back all of this weight. I worked so hard to lose this weight. How did this happen? I'm such a failure. I'm such a fat pig. I can't believe I would do this to myself. How did I let this get out of control? And it goes on and on and on. Girl, I have been there so many times, and it feels devastating. It feels humiliating. It feels hopeless. And I can just recall moments like this standing in my closet in tears. Like girl, like the face was done. Like all the makeup is done. The contour is now melted. The lashes are done. The wing liner is out, and my face just, I got to go wash my face and start over because it's like the hot face, all the tears. There are clothes laying all over my floor where I'm trying different things on, sweating to death because I can't get myself in the clothes. And it just feels so frustrating. And because you've waited to the last minute, there's no time to go shopping. The event is today. And quite frankly, you're not in any type of mindset to go shopping right now because you couldn't handle it anyway. Because it's gonna put you down another vortex of emotion. So while this is happening, you're just like, well, I'm not going. There's no way in hell I'm going to this thing. I have nothing to wear. I'm going to have to wear something hot, like pants, and everybody's going to be in like summer clothes. I'm going to look like an idiot, and everybody's going to see how much weight I've gained. And you just start, drumming up all these reasons why you're going to cancel. But you're like, oh, I can't cancel. It's my best friend. It's my aunt. It's my sister. I have to be there for this person. So you squeeze yourself into something that you feel awful about. You don't like how you look. You don't feel confident. You don't feel good in it. And you're self conscious. You're pretty sure that, you get there and in your mind is telling you that everybody's staring at you thinking, oh my God, I can't believe how much weight she gained since the last time I saw her. And people that you don't even know. And you're making up this story in your mind about what everybody's thinking about you. And so because you're so self-conscious, because you're so paranoid about what people must be thinking about what you're wearing and what you look like and your weight, what do? You hide. You hide yourself. So by hiding yourself, you sit in the back of the room. You play on your phone. You pretend that you're busy talking on the phone, or you're playing on your phone trying to text people because you feel like the spotlight is on you, that everybody is staring at you, and you start thinking about all the reasons why you could dip out early. And the pressure is just almost too much, to where it's uncomfortable to talk to people, you don't want to look people in the eye, and your body is physically in the room, but your mind isn't. Your mind has like grew legs and like wandered off and it's somewhere else. So you are completely zoned out from the experience. You're not mindful. You're not present. You are somewhere else. How many times have you had this experience? And in your mind, you're just like, I just got to get through this. I'm going to lose the weight and then I'll come back. Next year it's going to be different and I'm going to feel good about myself and I'm going to get back to it. And you know damn well on the way home, you're going to get yourself a milkshake and some fast food because you're having this conversation with yourself and you got to have your last supper again. It's the same cycle that you keep repeating over and over and over. And this being zoned out, I call it zombie walking, just like The Walking Dead. We're like, oh, and they're like walking around with no emotion on their face. They're just going from one place to the other looking for the next meal, looking for the next brain. And that's you. You're just going from one event to the kids, to the work, to the job, to the home, to the partner, to the obligations, to the volunteering, to the school, to the pets, to the errands, and that's it. You're just on zombie mode. You are literally like just going through the motions and not giving anything else back to you. And so when you're in that zone, you're so checked out that you're not mindful of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're doing, the actions that you're doing, the bag of candy that you just ate while you watched Netflix. It's like you all of a sudden you're like, how did I get in the drive-through line? Because you're not even thinking about it. You're just going on zombie mode and you're just, whoop, I'm in the drive-through line again. How did this happen? As if you have no control over the actions that you're taking. And the reason you feel this way is because you're not mindful and present about how you're thinking. It goes back to day one, to the inner fat bitch chatter. You're so used to it and just reacting to it that you haven't stopped to say, wait a second, I don't have to think this way. And that moment where you wake up and you can't fit into your summer clothes and you act like someone just took over your body and there's no way that could have happened, but yet you are the one that took the actions to make that happen. Nobody else did that. Not your kids, not your crazy schedule, not your like a-hole boss. You did that. And we got to take ownership for that. This stuff doesn't just happen to us. You have to wake up. You've got to wake up. And, you know, your crazy schedule, your kids, your job, your pets, all the things that you're responsible for, those aren't going to go away. So you either need to change the way you're thinking about it or continue to stay the way you are. Because you may not be able to control a lot of things, your circumstances, your schedule, just things that are going on right now. But the thing that you have full capability to change is how you think about it, how you talk to yourself, and the actions that you're taking. Nobody is shoving bags of candy down your throat. Nobody is forcing you to sit on your ass for 3 days and watch TV and then you claim you have no time. We got to get mindful and be present with what it is we're doing. So in my program, I call this, we have 5 guiding principles, and this is guiding principle number 4, which I call this be in the moment. It can't get any more clear than that. Be in the moment. And be in the moment is this. Let's go back to the shorts, okay? I put the shorts on because I've been zombie walking the last few months. I don't realize I've gained the weight. So now I put the shorts on and I'm faced with reality. So I can either do what I explained in the beginning, or let's talk about if we're being mindful. Because, okay, so let me step back. the number one thing you have to incorporate if you want to stop doing this is mindful acceptance. That's the key today. Mindful acceptance. Mindful acceptance doesn't mean, well, this is just how I am. Well, I just gained back 50 pounds. I guess this is how I'm stuck. I'm stuck here looking like this. No. Here's what mindful acceptance is. I go to put the shorts on and I realize, holy shit, they don't go over my knees. Okay. Now what? All right. You know what? This happened. I have had a really busy, crazy couple of months, and I was just in survival mode. And I put myself last, which means I wasn't taking great care of my eating habits, and I've gained back some weight. This is where I'm at. And I take full ownership for that. It's nobody else's fault. I take ownership for that. I still got to go to this event. I still need to go show up. So how am I going to do that? Let me go find something that I'm okay with wearing. And even if I'm not comfortable in my body today, I'm still going to show up and I'm going to be social and I'm going to look people in the eye and I'm going to do the best that I can do today. And I'm not going to be zoned out. I'm going to be in the moment and I'm going to be present. That's mindful acceptance. I share my other short story a lot of times on my different episodes, but when my husband and I got into kayaking, at the time, I hadn't worn shorts in God knows how many years. I didn't even own shorts. And I was like, okay, I'm not where I want to be, but I need to have shorts. It's hot. And I'm in a kayak in the middle of the water where it feels even hotter in the beating sun. So I went to Walmart and just got like this pair of shorts and I was like, this is what we're doing. I don't love the size, but no one else has to know the size, and I'm going to just be in the moment in this body that I have now, knowing if I want to change and I want to lose weight, I still get to do that. But I'm not going to live a life that is me beating myself up, making excuses, staying at home, not having any fun or adventure because of where I am right now. Because even if you're trying to lose weight and you're on a weight loss journey, you're not going to lose 50 pounds overnight. You're not going to lose that weight even in a month. So why are you putting yourself on hold, waiting for the weight, instead of being like mindfully accepting, this is where I'm at right now? And also to get out of zombie walking mode and to start being the type of person who has mindful acceptance, it means you're also being mindful when you're in the thick of it, of the chaos. And there's times where things are just so crazy with work and my business and my daughter and the dog is barking, and I have to just take a step back. And a big part of mindful acceptance, one of the things we teach in the program that we really focus on is gratitude. You can't be in the vortex without gratitude. And sometimes I have to take a step back and say, whoa, like all the stuff right now that I'm bitching about or complaining about or just being pissed off about, these are things I prayed for like years ago. I'm blessed to have a daughter who never shuts up. Like, that is a blessing that she is 3 years old and she is so inquisitive and curious and talks and wants to have conversations and wants to ask 500 times a day, what's this? How does this work? What does this do? Because then I see other people and their 3-year-olds haven't even said one word. So practicing gratitude is such an important, critical piece of your success. If you want all the things that we talk about with Irresistible You, gratitude has to become a daily practice, especially if you want to be mindful. And mindful acceptance is also like I don't teach you like actual weight loss. Like I don't teach diets, I don't teach weight loss. I don't do that. However, incorporating all of these guiding principles from my program that I've incorporated into my own life is what has allowed me to finally lose weight, keep it off, and not gain it back. Like, I am nowhere near my goal weight, but I've kept almost 70 pounds off, and I haven't gained it back through my chaos, through my vortexes, through my kids screaming, through all my ups and downs in the last few years. Because I practice all of these things that I'm talking about. Because I promise you, no amount of dieting is going to teach you these things. And that's why you keep repeating what you're repeating. That's why you keep going through the zombie walking mode and then wondering why this is happening to you. Because you got to tune in, you got to wake up, and you have to stop zoning out. And it's also accepting that not every day is amazing. Not every season of your life feels really good. But how are you going to make the best of it? How are you going to handle yourself through it? And like, let's be real, y'all. Like, sometimes you're just going to be on survival mode, and it's okay. So we have to learn how to incorporate mindful acceptance just into our way of being, so that you're mindful of the things that you're doing. It's not like you're gonna, like, so that every day you're not just like, what happened? Where'd the day go? How did I get here? How am I in the drive-through line again? How did I gain the weight back again? How is it already Christmas again? Because we're all about to be saying that in a few months. That's that whole thing of like, yeah, the days go fast. And the older you get, the faster they seem to go. And we all say, oh my God, how is it already Christmas? How is it already like New Year's Eve again? Because it's all coming again, and it's going to be here before you know it. Look how far we already are, like how far we are already into 2020, and I feel like we just celebrated New Year's Eve. You've got to practice being present in your life, mindful in your life. Because the time that's going to go by, you're going to look back and wish that you were more present with certain people when you no longer have those people. Okay? So I hope this is making sense. We're gonna answer questions and give you more clarity in the Facebook Live today. So please make sure you come to that if you have questions or you want more clarity, and you should be coming there also to get your daily challenge homework. Because the next question that you're gonna have is, well, how do I practice mindful acceptance? How do I do that? How do I go from living the life that I'm living to practicing this? So we're going to dive a little bit deeper into that during the live. So make sure you come on over. It's at 12 p.m. Eastern inside of the free Irresistible You podcast discussion group. I will also be giving you your simple one-step challenge homework. So you'll want to get that as well. If you haven't seen any of the lives yet, or you're not able to be there in real time, all of the replays are available inside of the group. So schedule some time, get in there, catch up on everything, and post your questions. No question, like, there are no dumb questions. Don't think that like, oh, I can't ask this. Or you can ask your questions, share your feedback, let me know how you're doing. And yeah, that's going to wrap up day 4 of the Irresistible You Self Love Challenge. So stay tuned for day 5, which is the final day, happening tomorrow on Valentine's Day. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for listening. I will catch you inside of the Facebook group. Until then, stay irresistible.